Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Finding Hope in the Valley. I want to start off by thanking everyone for the well wishes and the COVID prayers. They worked. Thank you for that. I'm not 100%, but I could be a whole lot worse. So thank you for all of your prayers. I'm again by my fireplace today, but I do not have it on. It is 55 degrees where we are. My kids have been outside. I have my one son that's going to take off on his bike and go for a nice bike ride. It's the middle of December and we really need lots of rain and snow. Pray for us. We are in a huge drought and it is very warm for the middle of December. So I have a treat for you today. I have my oldest son with me and I will not show his face. We protect our children from social media. But he is sitting by me and I'm going to ask him some questions about his perspective on having a mother with chronic illness. And then also my son has some chronic illnesses that he is dealing with himself. One of them we're pretty sure is what I have. We are working to get the diagnosis, but we're pretty sure that's what's going to come down the pipeline. And so I'm going to have him share with you kind of what that feels like in his body as a teenager. To have a flare or to go through the same illness I have, which is POTS and dysautonomia. And so I will not show his face, but I will be asking him some questions, and I'm going to allow him to answer. And then this boy wants to get on his bike because it is a beautiful day outside. Thanks again for the prayers. I'm doing well. Pray for me next week because the kids are going back to school, and so that's going to be hard because I'm really COVID tired. And so I'm going to have to be getting up really early next week. And that's going to be really hard for my body. So extra prayers next week would be great. So I have my son next to me. Like I said, I don't share my kids on social media. But I'm going to ask him first. So what is it like to have... So for those of you who are new and don't know, I got sick about a year and a half after having my oldest child. So he's been through this journey with me pretty much since day one of me getting diagnosed. So I am going to ask you, what is it like to have a mother with chronic illness?
It's not fun at times, but eventually you get used to it and you just look at it as, oh, that's my mom and I can't really change anything. When she's having like a bad day, it's not fun, but you just have to be very gracious and kind and helpful, and just be very understanding.
And he is. He is very gracious. He's very kind. He's so understanding. I mean, when I have a big flare, he's like, what do I do? What can I cook for dinner? Do you want me to make the boys' lunches? He is a very good big brother. He'll say, do you want a drink? You know, he's very, very good. And he's, been raised to be a great helper, which is really nice. I really appreciate that a lot, especially when I have flares. What's it like to have a mom who just can't like get up and go and drive and go here and go there? What does that feel like?
I mean, I guess you get used to that too. There was that one point where you were driving a lot,
Mm-hmm.
which, yeah, that was nice, but you like also get used to that too. And so I just go to dad if there's someplace I need to go. I just say, hey, can you take me here or there?
Yeah. I think you kind of get used to it, but it doesn't never really get easier. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really get easier, but I mean, you get used to it.
No. Yeah. So, Javen, you have been having some. So you have been having some uh, flares or episodes, and we have taken you to the doctor. And I would like to know what does that feel like for you inside your body, and what symptoms and things do you go through when you're having a flare?
It's not fun. Um, I don't know. I guess I don't feel good. I get very angry sometimes. I'm very upset. The other night I was feeling nauseous because I hadn't eaten in a while, and I needed to eat, but I didn't want to eat because I felt nauseous. But as soon as I ate, I felt better. Um, and then like I have to sit down. Sometimes I'll feel freezing cold or like insanely hot,
Mhm.
and I just don't want to move.
Mhm. You get dizzy a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of your big symptoms is being dizzy. What does that feel like?
I don't know. Sometimes you'll get up and I have to sit right back down.
Mhm. Do you ever see stars before your eyes or anything before your eyes, or you just feel dizzy?
It goes black a lot of times,
Yeah, it goes black.
and then I'll also feel dizzy.
Yeah. Do you ever feel faint, like you want to pass out?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I have to sit down.
That's not fun. Not fun at all. So that you said that you kind of get angry or mad, or is that
Right.
something that you can control, or you feel like you can't control? Like you're mad for just to be mad.
I can't can really control it. I mean, I wish I could, but I just can't. And then when
Mhm.
it's done, when I feel better, I'm like, what did I just? Why did I do that? That was so dumb.
Mhm. For those of you who don't know, POTS and dysautonomia is a dysregulation in the autonomic nervous system. So yes, when we get flares or are about to get flares, we get brain inflammation. It's called brain inflammation, and that's where the rage and the anger can come from. And we don't mean to be rageful, we don't mean to be angry, but our body is flaring in such a way that our brain hurts and we just can't handle a lot. And so any little thing just is like too much for us, and it just really can set us off and make us upset or mad, or we can either be mad or we can be crying. We can be either or. And Jay is right. We will either be freezing our behinds off when it's 100 degrees outside, or, it could be 18 degrees outside and we're roasting. Our body just does not regulate its body temperature at all. So, what are you, so we're looking to get you diagnosed. What are you most concerned about in if this comes about that you do have this?
I don't know. I just don't want it to get worse.
Yeah,
Cause like, no offense to you, but like, you can't really do much.
it's true. And you are exactly right.
And I want to like, I actually want to go out and do stuff and continue to be able to ride my bike.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's already gotten worse. Cause like before, if I did have it, like a couple years ago, for example, I didn't really know it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like a couple years ago, I'd go on like these crazy state fair rides where you go upside down and everywhere. And I'd feel nauseous like everybody probably would, but
Mm-hmm.
I'd be fine. But now I just like, yeah, I'd love to try to do that again, but I don't want to. I don't want to pass out in the middle of the ride while I'm upside down.
Yeah, I don't think that would be smart or safe. No, I don't think so. Yeah. Well, hopefully, since you're young, you know, and getting diagnosed young, you'll have a chance at building up your body and building up your body strength, like riding your bike today. That's going to strengthen your body and it's going to strengthen your bones and it's going to get the blood flowing in the direction that it needs to go, And so hopefully we can get you conditioned and built up enough. And there's a lot of treatments out there when you're diagnosed early on that will help give you quality of life. So hopefully that will help as well. So so Javen has a couple of other, so we're thinking that he has POTS and dysautonomia, which we're pretty 99.99% sure he has. And then along with that comes blood sugar dysregulation. POTS and dysautonomia controls everything in our body and the things that we don't have to think about doing, like blinking our eyes or adjusting our blood sugars or adjusting our blood pressure or body temperature. So with the POTS and dysautonomia, a lot of people have low blood sugars or high blood sugars, and it's not really diabetes. He's been getting a lot of low blood sugars, and so we're thinking we're going to have to check into that as well. He has a couple of other things. Do you care to share those, or would you like to keep that to yourself?
I mean, I have alopecia, which is hair loss, but
Yes, you do have alopecia. You want to explain about that?
I don't
What
know.
it's called?
It's called alopecia, and it's where my hair falls out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know.
So
I can't really explain it.
What type of alopecia do you have?
I don't know, some genetic thing, right? Or am I wrong?
Right, you are right. It's called alopecia.
I don't know.
And so he has alopecia areata, and that is where the body is attacking the hair cells in his body, and we don't know why. And so he is losing the hair on the top of his head. Now he is doing really well. We've started some treatment, and he responded really well. So we were able to kind of like head it off at the pass. Um, he still has some spots that need to um, fill in and grow back in, but with alopecia areata, you will fill in and then all of a sudden it'll start to fall out again. That's the nature of the beast, is what they say. And then you'll kind of get a little bit of a handle on it again. You'll start to see some regrowth. And then out of nowhere, it just starts to fall out again. So it's kind of a continuous up and down cycle. He has not always had alopecia. He got it more toward his teen years. And so, but we've had some success with some hair cream that has really helped. And he hasn't had full regrowth, but he hasn't had new patches show yet, which is really amazing. So, so what is it like? So we're going to try to get you diagnosed with the POTS and dysautonomia. You have the alopecia areata. How do you keep your spirits up with having, the hair loss and then episodes of dizziness and blood sugar issues and just trying to be a kid and live your normal life? How do you day to day fight that and just kind of say, I've got this, or keep your spirits up?
I don't know. It probably won't get any easier if someone has it, but you'll get used to it eventually, and you just have to live your life to the best of your ability.
I think that's very smart. Very smart.
I mean, and I'm not gonna go around saying like, think about I'm bad. Like I can't do this, I can't do that. I just do stuff I can do.
Yeah, exactly. Find something you can do. Don't say I can't do this. Find something you can do, and hopefully it'll bring you some joy. Well, thank you, Javen, for sharing with us today. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for coming back. This guy wants to get on a bike ride while he has the chance. It is so beautiful out.
The sun's going to go down in legit like 15 minutes.
Yeah, the sun's going to go down. And there's not a drop of wind, which for where we live is like a miracle from Jesus if there's not a drop of wind. So, bye, Jay.
Bye-bye.
He's going to take off, and I wanted to kind of just give you a little perspective of what it's like to have, to be the child of a mom with chronic illness. He's shy, so, it's harder for him to share kind of what he goes through. He, I think, did really well for being shy. But also I wanted him to kind of share his perspective on what it's like to possibly be getting diagnosed with the same thing as your mom. And that can be really hard and really tough, especially for, teenagers. They go through so much already in life. You've got your hormone changes that you can't control. You've got school, lots of school and early mornings and, and then and homework and, chores and all that stuff. And then to possibly have, a chronic illness on top of it when you just want to be a teen, a normal teen, enjoy your life and, have fun. It's hard. It's hard. And then also to have a mom, that some days you have, it all planned out. I'm going to go do this and go do that. And then you come home and it's like, oh, mom's flaring. And he is such a good kid. Such a good kid. He takes it all in stride. And I am so lucky and so blessed to have him. And so if he sees that I've had a big flare, he knows. It's like, oh, mom's had a big flare. Nope. Everything I'm doing is going to be canceled, and I'm going to take care of my mother. And I don't ask him to. He just knows, and he just steps up and helps his dad. Dad will be in the kitchen doing things, and he'll get right in there, and he'll say, what do I do, Dad? And, you want me to get the boys' lunches for tomorrow? Do you want me to cook some dinner? What do you want? And so he's just really, really, bye-bye. He's just so good with it all. He has his moments. Everybody does. You know, we all get mad, we all get sad, we all get angry. And I'm not going to say he hasn't had those moments, and he deserves those moments, right? But for the most part, I am so lucky and so blessed to have him in my life. God knew he needed to be the firstborn. Let's just put it that way. He's such a good kid. And he's gone now, so I'm kind of shedding a few tears. Breaks my heart to think that he might have the road ahead of him that I have. A lot of mom guilt, a lot of sadness, a lot of hope because he's young. He's getting diagnosed young. So there's a lot of good treatments. And hopefully he can, get on top of this right away, and diet, lifestyle, like riding his bike. Keep himself conditioned, keep himself exercised. Conditioned in the body is a big thing for what we have. So I'm hopeful for him. Sad, but hopeful at the same time. So I just want to thank all of you for your prayers for my COVID recovery. They have helped so much, and I look forward to coming back next week and chatting with you again. Next week, everyone will be back in school, so I'll give you my update on what it's like to get up early after having COVID. I don't know. I've been sleeping in for about 3.5 weeks now, so this is going to be kind of brutal. So I'll come back next week and I'll give you my update on everyone going back to school and having to get up early. But thanks for stopping by today. I hope something that me and my son said or did was hopeful to you or helpful. And if it was, share it. Share it with someone who might need to hear this message. And if you have any questions, my son and I would love to answer any of your questions. We will definitely answer them down below. Leave a question or a comment and we'll answer it. He has been showing signs of POTS and dysautonomia for about 3 years now. And the alopecia the same, about 3 years now. So, but if you have any questions, he'd be glad to answer them in the comments, and so would I. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. It is Friday here, and so enjoy the weekend. Talk soon. Bye-bye.